Hey, so first things first, I wanted to thank you guys for all your support in that previous video. You know, there are so many views right there. I think there's like over 500 or almost there, you know? This is just incredible. I'm really happy for this and I wanted to thank you guys for all of it, you know? You're really helping me achieve a dream here. Second thing second is, for some reason, my mic in this video is very loud. I don't know the reason for that. I tried to make it listenable like the most for you guys, and I didn't want to throw it away because, well, life is made of choices and you guys need to understand. I choose to not record over an hour worth of content twice. So yeah, this is really the best I can do. If I try to record this again, I would probably need to, you know, delay this video to the next week, and I really don't want to do that. I want to make a frequency here. So yeah, those are the two disclaimers I wanted to give you guys before the video starts. Again, thank you very much for all your support, for all your views. You guys are amazing. Now, let's go to the video.
Situation?
A crazy man with no identification is maintaining workers in hostage.
Does he have any demands?
He didn't say anything yet.
Give me the speaker.
Hey, you! What's your name?
Your mom!
Look, I don't want any trouble. And I bet you don't want it as well. So, how about you let the hostages go so we can get a deal with the judge to clear a sentence?
Over my dead body!
I have aim.
Keep it for yourself.
Look, we can get over this peacefully. What are your demands?
I want the head of the owner of this company on a silver plate.
Okay.
We can't really do that. Anything else?
Repeat, I have aim.
Shut up.
1 million
That's a bit much, but I guess we can get...
Bitcoin.
We are definitely not doing that.
And you call yourself a negotiator.
You must have some rational demand, man. Come on.
Your mom!
Wait, what did I...
You know what? Screw it. You're allowed to shoot now.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's me, your favorite astronaut Valtteri here. Today we are here to our fourth part of the Lao Tzu's comic, Rewrite the Stars. Oh boy, we're getting closer to the end of this, at least for now. Chapter 6 is being produced and I really don't know how many chapters Underrated Hero intends to make. By the way, all credits go to them. Their Twitter is on screen and they post regular updates about the 6th part of this comic. Now I might warn you guys, this chapter we're going to see... Jesus Christ! We began this chapter in 2019. With the usual sight of the night sky. Narration Lin began saying that it was almost a whole year when they had their next big development between them, and all because of a secret. Lincoln says that he tries not to think too much about the months that followed their agreement on staying as just siblings. Those weren't great times for him. He made a lot of mistakes, things he deeply regret. Lin says that it's the same for her. He says that she tried to trick herself into thinking everything was fine, but nothing was fine. Lincoln continues saying that his biggest fear became reality when the family began to drift apart. Lori was still in college, about to graduate. They could seldom visit her and fare away. Lenny became the full-time manager of the store she worked at. Her, Miguel, and Fiona rented an apartment together, so she left home. Luna married with Sam, left home too. At least they see her often, since her band stayed at town. Lynn says that there were a lot of sudden changes in the house. Suddenly, too much space. Luan got a whole room for herself. Lucy and Lynn moved to Laurie and Lenny's old room. Lincoln also finally got a real room for himself. Ironically enough, is the same room he and Lin shared when they were kids. Lin says that even with less people, it was hard to keep their feelings for each other a secret. Lincoln says that it hurts to be with her, knowing they couldn't love each other the way they wanted to. They tried to keep themselves busy to ease the pain. Lin doubled down on her training, becoming even more obsessed with being the best player around. Well, I'll be damned, a broken heart really does motivate people after all. Lincoln and his gang started to hang around parties more, and somehow it turns out he could get girls to like him, but it never felt right. He couldn't make it last. Lin says that still, they weren't exactly avoiding each other. Lincoln says that they couldn't, it hurt, but they were the best thing they had. They just shared a secret. Lin says that no one knew, though Lori kept asking weird questions. We get some dialogue on this panel of Lori saying to Lin she doesn't need to push herself too hard. She should live a little between her training. She shouldn't let a bad experience ruin her love life. And Lin just responds by questioning what she meant by bad experience. Lincoln says that it was the same with Lucy. We also get some dialogue on this panel, this time between Lucy and Lincoln. Lucy says that Lincoln had 3 girlfriends in 6 months. Are you making a collection, Sister Fudger? And asking if his heart is so broken that no one could fix it. Lincoln answered that he's just a shitty boyfriend, but Lucy says that she disagrees. Lin says that they were a mess. Lincoln agrees, but says that they tried their best. They didn't let their feelings ruin the relationship they had, although they might have ruined everything else. We then cut to April in a soccer match. Lincoln comes to scene saying hi to his girlfriend at the time, Dunny. He apologizes, saying that there was a huge line, but he got her soda. Dunny thanks him, saying that she thought he forgot about her. Sports aren't really her thing, but it's a lot more fun when they are together. They kiss, and Dunny proceeds to say that she was thinking about going to the mall after the game. She even mentions about a store that sells comic book t-shirts, and that she wanted to buy something as a little present for him. But she got interrupted by Lincoln shouting to Lin, who's in the middle of the game. We then get a whole page of a montage of Lin playing soccer and scoring a goal. We are showing Lin celebrating her goal, and I wanted to pay attention at this woman right here. But then we got to see that Danny is looking at Lincoln, and as she sees him so happy, she frowns. And when Lincoln finally stops to pay attention to his girlfriend, saying that he would love to go to the mall with her, she's already gone. I refuse to believe that the goal celebration took long enough to her to disappear in the air like that. Lincoln runs to her, intercepting her already at the exit. Then he began saying that all her friends kept telling her not to date him. They've heard things from other girls, but she didn't listen, because they didn't know the Lincoln Loud she fell in love with. Caring, funny, sweet. He's a great guy. She loves being with him, but he never smiles at her the way he does when he's really happy. She has given her all for this thing they have, but if he doesn't feel the same, what's the point? She always have to ask him to go out with her. He's attentive, caring, and super supportive, but he won't kiss her if she doesn't start it. She loves him, but she isn't sure if he loves her the same. Lincoln begins his apologies. He didn't know she felt this way. He says that he is trying to make this work between them, and he is sorry if she feels like he doesn't care enough about her. She's everything a guy could ask for. Smart, funny, beautiful, loving, outgoing. Of course he cares about her. He would never. Dunny cuts him by saying that she knows he cares, but does he love her? Or maybe not yet, but does he think he can love her? She can do better than this. If it's enough for him, then tell her, and she will wait. But if this isn't going to work, tell her and save all the anxiety. It's like it doesn't matter how hard she tries. He never smiles at her from the heart. She just saw him genuinely happy, and she wants that too. Is it wrong that she wants that? She begs to Lincoln to say that he loves her, that they can be happy together. Lincoln even tries to respond, but it falls short. Then he says that she should have seen this coming. Her friends are right. She doesn't know why she thought it would be different with her. Lincoln Loud just isn't capable of loving anyone. Damn, that settled the mood right to the floor, didn't it? Well, luckily I have something for that. Here, a meme, to cheer you up so we can continue to the next page. We then cut to Lin at the dresser after winning the game. The girls are talking about how they destroyed the enemy team and how close they are to the trophy. And now thanks to their captain, Lin. One of the girls suggests that everyone go out together at Gus's, but Lin refuses, saying that she prefers hitting the gym instead of hanging out with the team's couples. Another of the girls even says that if Lin didn't repel every guy that comes near her, she would have a date to go to. The girls finalize it by saying that everyone is invited if they wanna go, and that maybe Lin is so good because she focuses on training while they're hanging around with their assos. Lin says that they've talked about this before. She's too focused being the best. She's happy about her teammates and their assos, but she can't relate or join. She doesn't have the time to fall in love, or to have a guy waiting for her at the end of every match. She says that as we see Lincoln doing this exact thing. Next page we see Lynn and Lincoln talking about it. Lynn didn't expect Lincoln to be there to wait for her. Lincoln says that he wanted to congratulate her for the win. Lynn says thanks to him for his support, but asks about Danny, saying that she thought they have left together. Lincoln says that he has no idea, and that she broke up with him. Lynn gets surprised by this information, saying that she saw her at the crowd. She also asks if Lincoln's okay, and proceeds to say that if Danny hurt him, she will, but Lincoln cuts her right there, saying that it wasn't Danny's fault. She was a perfect girlfriend. It was him who hurt her. She was right. She gave her all to this to work, and he thought that this time it would be real, it would be true. But she was right. He doesn't deserve her. She deserves someone who can love her truly, with their full heart, not just part of it. Lynn consoles him by saying that he will find someone who he can truly love with his own heart, someone to be happy with. Lincoln even says that it doesn't matter how much he tries. It doesn't seem to be working. Lynn reassures that it's just a matter of time. But Lincoln snaps, asking what about the meantime? Are they supposed to stay miserable? Has she found someone to be happy with? Should they stay lonely and depressed? What if he can't find someone to love because he already has? Lynn gets upset and tells Lincoln to buzz off. She'll go with the girls to Gus's after all. Lincoln leaves, apologizing to Lynn, saying that he shouldn't have said anything. But right away, someone approaches Lynn, asking if it's a bad time for a talk. Lynn says that if she wants an autograph, go ahead, but she's not really in the mood for a selfie though. We then see that it was the woman at the crowd we saw before. She presented herself as Angela, and she'd like to have a chat with Lynn. We cut to Lincoln at his house, playing something on his PC while talking with his group of friends. He says that they won't have to worry about him missing a raid event. Clyde, and this is the only one there that I know the name of, says that they don't care on how much time he spends online. He's worried about Lincoln ending relationships so quickly. Another friend says that he doesn't even understand how Lincoln managed to mess things up with Danny. She seemed totally in love with him. Another guy says that he warned Lincoln. He was taking things too slowly. She probably got tired of waiting for him to take initiative. Yeah, sure thing, bud. I bet your right arm is stronger than the left one. The girl of the group says that sometimes things just doesn't work out, and tells Lincoln to not blame himself for this. The last friend tries to see things in a good way, saying that this is probably a good moment for him to figure out what he wants in a relationship. I have a guess on that. He probably wants his sister, and how much is he willing to give for it to work? Lincoln says that even he doesn't know what he wants. He thought everything was fine. Maybe the problem is that he's not really ready for a relationship. He then listens to some noises in the house and goes check it out, saying that he will talk to them later. He goes straight to Lynn's room, saying that he has something to tell her. Lynn says that she doesn't want to talk to him, but Lincoln even tries to say that it's about their talk after the game and how sorry he is. But Lynn kept telling him down. She ends by saying that she is gonna work out at the basement and tells him to stay out of it. Lincoln goes for a final confrontation, saying that they can't ignore this. They can pretend, but Link cuts him, saying that the best thing they can do is ignore it. Lincoln holds his tears, or at least it's what it looks like, and goes following Lynn, saying that she knows they can't. In the meanwhile, Lucy gets out of her coffin and goes directly through Lynn's stuff. We get to the next morning. Lincoln is worried about the fact that Lynn is the hall monitor. Clyde even says that she isn't gonna ticket him, given what he's going through. The girl of the group says that he probably should avoid Danny. Being with the cause of his pain isn't gonna do right to him. And the red-haired friend agrees, saying that some distance is needed for their heart to heal. But Lincoln might have some of the worst luck ever, for he ends up stumbling at Danny right away. He even tries to dialogue awkwardly. He says that it's a surprise and that he needed to tell her something. His group leaves, saying that they'll see him in class. Lincoln begins to apologize once again, saying that she was right about everything she said about him. She's a great girl who deserves someone who can love her unconditionally. He thought he could be that guy, but turns out he can't. Then he questions Lincoln if he's not even gonna ask her for a second chance. Their first fight and he already gives up. She looks into his eyes and she sees sadness. She wants to hug him, help him, make him feel better, but she isn't gonna go out of her way to help someone that doesn't want to be helped. He makes so many plans. He has an answer for everything, but when it comes to people, it's like he's clueless. Like he's okay with being alone all by himself, and he will be if he's not ready to give it all for anyone. Even then, he's a great guy. It hurts seeing him like this. He deserves to be happy, and she hopes he finds someone he's willing to give his all for. We got to a narration bit. Lincoln says that just like that, a month went by, and neither of them tried to make amends or talk to each other. Not that it matters now, but she was the one avoiding him first, and he didn't know how to react to that. In the end, he decided that there's nothing he could do. Lynn says that that's when he stopped going to her games. He has no idea on how much she missed his support, but was too stubborn to admit it, and couldn't face him then. No one seemed to notice what was going on between them, but it was hard to pretend that it was all good. There's a little dialogue on this part from the two of them. Lynn asking if he's gonna eat his burrito or not, and Lincoln giving it to her. Lincoln continues by saying that she was training extra hours, and when she got home, she spent hours lying on the backyard, not even stretching or warming up. Part of him was mad at her, thinking that it was all because of his feelings. Not understanding her frustrated him. Lynn says that month put their bond to the test the most. Lincoln says that their story could have ended right there, and then Grandpa invited them to spend Memorial Day weekend with him at his camp. A good excuse to get the whole family together. They would leave on Friday, right after school, and be there until Monday night. They could hardly wait to get to the camp and spend some more time with Lori, Luna, Lenny, and Grandpa. Almost all of them were ready. Lynn got late because her training took longer than expected, at least that's what she says. Their mother rushes Lynn to have everything ready in 15, for they are waiting for her for an hour. Meanwhile, Lincoln goes to Lucy, asking if Lynn told her if there's anything going on with her. She responds, questioning why he doesn't ask her himself. Lincoln responds saying that she is the best at figuring out secrets. Lucy even suggests to him to ask Lola to spy on Lynn and figure out what he wants to know. But he's not really interested in having another 5-year debt plan. The youngest then said that he can blackmail Lola, for she has read something on her diary that is very blackmailing. Now, this is something we're gonna see on the next chapter. Keep that in mind. We cut to the family getting in their minivan together, ready to go. Lynn calls for Lincoln to sit next to her, and when he is about to ask her to confirm that, the youngest asks to Lynn to sit against the window. But Lynn buys her with a permanent marker, saying that Luna's probably going to sleep the whole trip. Lincoln replies, saying to not encourage her to be a mini Luan. But Lynn says that she needed her busy. She's not having a good day and she needed a quiet trip. Lincoln gets the point, saying that she wanted him so no one could talk to her. She responds saying that she picked him because she needs time to think, and she trusts him. Lincoln accepts this well, saying that he promises not to bother her at all. He hoped they could talk, but he's okay with sharing music if she doesn't mind. He suggests a single that Luna's record sent him that is coming out in a few months, saying that it's super chill, and accept, saying that she could use some chilling. We then get a montage of them, with the lyrics showing on screen, as the panels show the way they're going. Narration Lincoln says that their arrival at the camp was wonderful. They met again with the family that they didn't get to see that often. Lynn says that with all its defects, their family were always incredibly close and loving. Lincoln continues saying that the first day was pure fun. They spent hours just having fun together, laughing as a family. Lynn completes saying that she won every 3-legged race they played. Lincoln says that she jokes about it, but noticed that she was smiling for the first time in weeks. Lynn recognizes it, saying that for an afternoon, she managed to forget about everything she was going through in her life. She could just focus on simply being happy. Lincoln admits that he couldn't tell what she was going through. Seeing her happy made him believe that maybe things were improving. His own joy blinded him. He should have been able to see beyond her smile. That night, they sang campfire songs. Things couldn't have possibly been better. They were so distracted from the joy of the moment that they didn't realize the internal battle Lynn was struggling with. We then go to a dialogue, with Lenny saying that they should do this more often. And Lynn gives a whole ass monologue, saying that this is part of growing up, finding their own paths, and how it sometimes leads to them drifting apart from their loved one. But that doesn't mean they don't love each other. After all, they're all there, as bonded as when they were kids. Lincoln reacts to this coming from Lynn with a look of uneasiness, and Luan says that the Lynn she knows isn't all deep like that, calling her a Lynn poster. It's so stupid, man. She even asks if Lynn isn't planning to move out of the house so early. Lynn laughs at it, saying that she's just 16. Where would she even go? That was just some stuff she thought about. They shouldn't read too much into it. And then she leaves, saying that she's going to sleep. The youngest even asks if she's going to beat Lynn at staying up. Lynn says that she can enjoy her little victory, and leaves saying that she's going to see them tomorrow. And the family says their goodbyes to Lynn. Time passes. The younger sisters go to their own cabins, and past midnight, Lincoln also says his goodbyes to go get some sleep. And as he is going to his cabin, He's surprised by Lucy. He even finds it odd when Lucy didn't try to scare him on the middle of the night. Lucy begins by saying sorry, and when Lincoln asks what is she apologizing for, she explains that earlier he asked her a question, but she didn't really told him the truth. But now that Lynn's not in her cabin, Lucy says that she does know what is happening to Lynn, and she thinks he should know too. She should have told him sooner, but she thought Lynn wouldn't make a decision without telling Lincoln first. Although she's not really sure about it now, it might be too late. Lynn will be mad when she sees that Lucy found this in their room, but she would rather make her mad than losing her. We then cut to Lynn, crying as she sits on the shore of the lake. That until Lincoln finds her by herself. Lynn is get by surprise and asks Lincoln what is he doing there. It's late, and he shouldn't be so far away from the camp. Lincoln's face shows unhappiness, and he asks Lynn to tell him what's going on with her. Lynn responds saying that she just needed just a bit of fresh air. Lincoln says that he's talking about the fact that she have been ignoring him for weeks. He then remembers that in the previous year, they made a promise that things between them wouldn't change a thing at all, and he thinks they made a pretty good job. He knows he messed up after her game, but he thinks that this is bigger than just him. He wants to hear it from Lynn. Lincoln once again insists to Lynn to tell him what's going on with her. Lynn finally opens up to him, saying that she wasn't really fair with him. She apologizes for ignoring him at first. She was a bit scared, and when he started to avoid her too, she didn't know how to apologize to get everything back to normal. She says sorry and explains that out of all people, he knows just how much he means to her. She never meant to make him feel bad or worried. She didn't know what to do, but that's all behind her. It's not because of this that she have been acting weird. She says that she's stressed with school and soccer. Her grades aren't really great and she has to worry about the championship. It has nothing to do with him. Lincoln doesn't really buy it and questions if that's really it. School and soccer. She confirms. He questions if the thing he said about his feelings has nothing to do with her behavior this past few weeks. She denies it. She remembers that they promised their feelings wouldn't get in the way of their relationship as siblings. Lincoln says to cut to the crap and confronts her if she doesn't trust him anymore. He thought they could talk about anything, but why is she so afraid of talking to him? Lynn questions what is he talking about. She's not scared of talking to him or anyone else. Lincoln then pulls the paper that Lucy gave him within an explanation. Turns out there was a flyer of the soccer team LA Galaxy, and Angela was interested in calling Lynn to play for them. Lynn gets mad and questions Lincoln if he has been through her stuff. Lincoln says that LA Galaxy wants her on the team, and Lynn says for him to drop it. Lincoln continues saying that this is expected. She's a great player after all. This is why she have been so distant. Her dream is coming true, being a pro player in California. Lynn begins to tear up, asking him to stop, for he doesn't get it. Lincoln continues asking, what is there not to get? That she didn't want to tell him that this is her chance to leave him behind? He's still snapping at her, saying that she was planning to leave and only tell them on the last moment.
I will leave all my family behind to follow my dream. No regrets and no second thoughts.
What the fuck? But Lynn finally responds saying that she turned them down. Lincoln gets shocked by this and asks what she means by this. It's her dream. It's a once-in-a-lifetime offer. She says that she knows it. She's thought about it so many sleepless nights. She waited her whole life for this chance. Lincoln then questions on why did she turn them down, and she responds that it was for him. Lincoln asks what she meant when she says that she did it for him. Lincoln continues saying that if she takes the offer, she would have to move to the other side of the country. She's not ready for that, and she doesn't think she will ever be. She asks if he thinks she doesn't love him anymore, that she doesn't want to be with him, if he thinks she was avoiding him so she could forget him. She says that she was avoiding him because she thought that he would encourage her to leave him and the family. She thought she could keep this hidden, and no one would ever know she gave up on one of her dreams. All because he is her biggest dream, and being close to him is better than a dream come true without him around. Lincoln says that she can't do that to herself. She put him above her dreams, over her future. Lynn says that she thought about it. He is more important than that. She doesn't want to lose him. Lincoln hugs Lynn from behind and suggests to tell mom and dad. Maybe they could move the whole family. But Lynn says that moving to another state just for her is unrealistic. Lincoln says that he could do it if she wanted. He doesn't want her to give up on her dreams. Just like Lynn doesn't want him to give up on his life over there for her. She thanks him, but she already told them her decision on that same day. Lincoln says sorry. He feels like a jerk for getting mad at her. He was desperate. He thought she would abandon him. It was like his whole world fell apart. But now he feels like he's holding her back. Well, in some quite literal way though. Lynn says that it's not his fault. She's the one that doesn't know when to give up. The one that can't let an impossible dream die. Lincoln asks if she's talking about them. And she confirmed. Lincoln says that it's not fair. Why aren't they allowed to be happy? I answered that same question on the previous video. Go check. What did they do to deserve this? To deserve what? To not being able to date your sister? Well, I don't know. How about the fact that you're blood related? Lynn says that probably nothing. They didn't choose to be this way. It's just not meant to be. They have to accept it. It's too risky, too dangerous, too weird, not worth risking their lives for. Somehow, this is the closest to a common sense coming from this comic. After some flashbacks of the happenings on the previous chapter, go check, it's on the channel. In the talk that Lincoln had with Danny, we see Lincoln with a face of someone about to make something crazy, and a brief cut to Luna saying that this night needed some tunes, and calling Sam to sing a song they were working on. And with some lyrics on the side of the page, we see Lincoln make some questions on why not. Who says it isn't worth it? Cause he's willing to risk everything for her. Lynn tries to cut this short once more, but Lincoln doesn't stop. He says that they need everything they need to be happy right in front of them. Lynn says that it's impossible, even if they try to make it work. Lincoln tells her to forget about everything for a second and asks her what she feels for him. Lynn says that it doesn't matter what she feels. No one would ever understand. They wouldn't let them be. Lincoln asks who would stop them. The ward? Because he doesn't see anyone there. Just them. Who can tell them that they don't deserve to be happy? That they can't follow their heart? The law, biology, basic morals and ethics that people develop during centuries? Is that enough for you? He says that he still loves her. She still means everything to him. He tried to date other girls, but they just weren't her. If anything, his feelings might have grown even stronger, and he assumes it's the same to her. Wait, is that... Let's go! They finally said the thing! Hell yeah, bro! He says that she have always taught him to be brave, to fight for what he wants. Why should this be any different? They have only caused a lot of pain to each other. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want to keep lying to himself. He doesn't want to live for the world, to comply to other people. He asks if Lynn wants it too. We then get this panel of Luna and Sam. Get out of the way already! Lynn says that of course she wants it. She never wanted anything. A trophy, a championship, more than she wants to be his. He doesn't know how many times she was about to go into his room at midnight and finish what they started last year. But they gotta be careful when they think about this. He knows just as well as she does that if anyone finds out about them, it would be game over. The way he talks about this sounds easy and beautiful, but real life won't be as pretty. She's willing to risk it all for them? Of course, except his future. Lincoln says that he doesn't think that's something she can decide for him. Lynn responds saying that she can. She gotta take care of him. Lincoln says that he isn't a kid anymore. He can make his own choices, and he knows what he wants. Lynn says that this could hurt him, and she doesn't want that. Lincoln says that he's okay with being a little hurt, as long as it's with her. In response that they aren't talking about a bruise. It's the whole world turning its back on him. It could ruin his future. Lincoln says that she gave up on the once-in-a-lifetime chance for him. How is that any different? Lynn asks why does he keeps giving her hope? Why can't she just stand up and leave? Lincoln responds that it's because they have tried doing what everyone else expected of them. Now it's time to be happy. You tried to do what? Having common sense? To not date your sibling? Gosh, what am I asking? This is not even about common sense. This should be instinctual at this point, man. Come on. Lynn warns that there's no coming back if they take this path. Lincoln disagrees. They could go back if they regret their decision, but he loves her too much to ever regret it. Lynn says that she's scared. Lincoln says the same. Lynn asks for forgiveness for rejecting him last year. He says that the only thing he cares about is that she loves him. Lynn says that she does, like he can't even imagine. Lincoln then says that nothing else matters then. Lynn asks him on how can he make everything seem so simple. He answers that it isn't. It's complicated, hard, terrifying, but she picked him over her sports career. Then he's willing to risk everything too, just to be with her. He says that he doesn't know how hard this will be or what obstacles they are going to deal with, but as long as there's a part of him in her heart, he'll go to the end of the world with her, because that tiny piece of her heart belongs to him. just as he belongs to her in the heart end, something we are not gonna know, because Lynn interrupts him saying that she's waiting over a year for this. Why are we playing Frank Sinatra over this? Such a waste of good music. They are siblings, darn it. Did you forget about it? Oh, believe me, I wish I had forgotten this. On the next page, we see Lincoln trying to say something, but Lynn interrupts him, telling him to shut up and kiss her again, which they do. After that, we see Lynn saying that this isn't right. Yeah, don't you tell me, Sherlock Holmes. She's the older sister. She's supposed to protect him, but he left her no choice. Now she must show just how much she loves him. She says to him to get ready, for she's never letting him go again. Lincoln says that this is fine, he's hers. Lynn continues saying that this could end up so badly, and asks him to not regret it halfway through. He says that he won't, as long as they are together. He knows they can deal with anything. Lincoln tries to say something to Lynn, but he keeps getting interrupted by Lynn kissing. Can you guys stop? I need to make content here, you know? Lynn says that she knows him too well. She knows what he wants. Set some rules. Make plans for this to go well to them. Lincoln responds saying that she's like reading his mind. Lynn continues saying that all of that can wait. First she needs to make up for lost time, and proceeds to take her clothes off. Whoa, wait, stop! What the hell is wrong with you? I'm pretty sure I can't show this on YouTube, so I'm not gonna do it. For those curious about the content on the next page, thank God it's nothing explicit. It's just Lynn calling Lincoln for a swim, and they're having fun. This could be a cute scene of a new couple, but then you remember that they are actually siblings, blood related and all. I feel like I'm repeating myself here, but seriously, I just can't get over it. And I want to make myself clear that I absolutely despise this kind of thing, so no one can get the wrong idea. Anyway, the only important part of the next page is the final panel, so let's go there. It's 1:40 a.m. now, and Lynn asks if this is what it feels like having a boyfriend. Lincoln says that he had a few girlfriends, but it never felt this way. It's gotta be something more. Lynn suggests soulmates, and Lincoln agrees, although he loves hearing her call him boyfriend. But he emphasized that they shouldn't do it in public, and Lynn says to them to talk about how's this gonna work. Lincoln begins by saying that no one can know. It would ruin everything for everyone. Whenever they are not alone, they're just siblings. It's gonna be hard for them to hide how they really feel about each other. Lynn says that they've gotten pretty good at it though. Lincoln agrees, but says that this time the stakes are real. They can't pretend they had a fight if they got caught. They can't let it happen. He can't lose her. Lynn reassures him that he won't, remembering him of their promise. Lincoln laments the fact that he loves her so much but can't really show the love she deserves in public. A day to the movies, holding hands, kissing her after a game. Lynn says that she doesn't know what they deserve, but she knows they have everything they need. I have a suggestion to make about what you deserve though. Narration Lynn says that the rest of the week was dreamlike. All the tension in their relationship had faded away, and they could be happy. Lincoln says that in front of the family, they acted like siblings, having unrestricted fun, which had always been a cornerstone in their relationship. Lynn completes by saying that they had more private moments, and that's why they let out what they had stored up for so long. Lincoln said that maybe for a bit too long. It was hard to hold it back. They even had some reckless moments. I just can't. Look, I don't wanna even know. Matter of fact, I don't wanna have a single idea on what that could possibly mean. I have seen enough of this comic to actually not get surprised by anything anymore. Lynn says to not blame her, for he was her first kiss, and she wanted as many as he could give to her. Lincoln responds that he doesn't blame her. Secretly, he was happy she was breaking the rules for him. He wanted it just as badly, but they managed to keep up the act. We then get a little scene of them acting like siblings, you know, like how this should be in the first place, disputing who's gonna sit at the window. Lincoln says that they got home with a secret on their backs that changed their life. Lynn completes, a secret they shared and protected like champs. And just like that, a single weekend changed everything for them forever. Lincoln says that after so many sleepless nights, he found himself staring at the ceiling again, but this time, he didn't need to sleep to feel like he's dreaming. We then got a final scene, with Lynn sneaking into Lincoln's room, calling him lover boy. This is not an important detail. It's just that I felt actual pain reading this line, and I wanted to make sure you guys felt the same. Lincoln even says that they shouldn't, something that we are never gonna know, because Lynn interrupts him, saying that she set his alarm to 5:30 a.m. So she's gonna be gone before anyone wakes up, and finalizes this to saying to him to scoot over, for she wants to cuddle with her boyfriend. Oh my god. We gotta find a narration. Lynn says that she's tearing up just thinking about how happy she was. Everything she ever wanted, everything she could ever wish for, she had in her arms. Lincoln says that against all odds, They chose to follow their hearts, and they were rewarded with the best time of their lives. And as long as their secret was safe, they were safe too. As long as no one knew, they were happy together. We end this comic with Lynn saying "until," giving us another cliffhanger to the next chapter. Boy oh boy, what a roller coaster of emotions. Oh my god. Thankfully the next chapter is the last one for now. You guys don't need to guess. I make myself clear on every video about this comic on how much I disagree with everything that is being shown here. But credits go where credits are needed. The writing is, in fact, investing. I know one thing or two about the next chapter, and I got some uncalled spoilers for the 6th chapter as well. What I can say is that the next chapter is gonna be good, depending on which side are you on this saga. As always, if you like this type of content, leave a like. If you think that I'm doing a good job by reading this, subscribe. If you got something to say or any idea for a video that is not this comic, feel free to leave a comment. For now, I must go. I have some... I don't even have an in-character response for this, man. I'm just gonna bleach my eyes and pray for my soul after reading this. You should do the same, honestly. See you later, Space Wanderer. Bye bye.
So, when the next chapter video coming out?
Yeah, I'm excited for the next one. Like, this keep is getting better and better.
You mean unhinged? Yes, it sure does.
Okay, but what about the dates? When chapter 5 comes out?
Dude, I try my best to make a video per week, so... I don't know, maybe next week?
Yeah, you better not fail this promise. Your freedom depends on it after that. You know, hostage situation.
Is this how the legal system works now? I make videos and I get punished for my crimes?
Pretty much.
This sucks.